Happy Saturday, everybody. It is me, Mads, the Model Mage, Golem Maker Extraordinaire. Well, extraordinaire might be pushing it a little bit. Hope everybody has been having a good day. Hope your week was good. We've got a really big kit to build today. There is no way I'm finishing it all in one go. It is massive. The biggest thing I've seen yet. But yeah, for any of you all that are new, I'm Mads or Maddox. I'm a golem builder. I use model kits that come and appear on my workbench. They come through random portals in the Garenwood I live by. Lots of weird magic there. But today we are going to be building the Liger Zero Jaeger version. I actually know this one, so I'm super excited because usually I get things that I don't know, and I know this one. It's from the Zoids New Century series. It's part of the changing armor system for the Liger Zero. This is particularly the Jaeger is the speed unit of it. So if any of you have seen the show, you'll be more familiar with it. If you haven't, it's basically a white tiger with a lot of speed boosties. It goes zoom really, really fast. That's its whole point, is zoom. All of the zoomies. Oh god, it's a cat with the zoomies. Oh my god, why did I not put that together? This is fantastic. It's a cat with the zoomies. I'm building a cat with zoomies. This is going to be great. But yes, it's going to be a really big kit. It's going to take at least a couple days to build, maybe more. We'll see. So this is part one of question mark, and yeah, let's go to the workbench, and I'll show you exactly how massive this thing really is. Okay, this is the kit. This is the box. You see my hand? You see the box? It's huge. So yeah, this is the Liger Zero Jaeger. Like I said, it's from the Zoids series, particularly the New Century series, part of the armor changing system. One of 3 armor changes for it. There's the Panzer, the Jaeger, and the Schneider. Panzer is the tank version, Jaeger is the speed version, and Schneider is the sword cutty version. I really wish I could find Schneider. I might have to tell the golems to keep a lookout, because it is my favorite of all of them. But we have this instead, which is still going to be a lot of fun to build. But yeah, this box is huge. As you can see, it's huge. It's going to have a whole bunch of speed boosts. I believe they're ion boosts to help up with the speed. It's all based off of the original Liger Zero model. They just change out the exterior armor. And the only other thing that is of note is this right here. BT. I've built BT kits before for golems. They don't always turn out very well. The quality is generally not as good as some of the previous kits we've seen. So Bandai quality is really nice, top notch. The Kotobukiya that we've seen so far has been pretty good as well. This BT, this is going to be a pain. If it's anything like the other BT kits I've built, you're going to wish it was from a different company, because it usually requires a lot more sanding and filing and sometimes modifying the parts to get them to fit together nicely. And sometimes the parts break if you look at them funny. So if you're really keen on, building high quality stuff, it is frustrating to a degree. But yeah, like this box literally takes up 80-90% of my workbench. It's huge. I have runners that go through the entire alphabet, A through Z plus extra. That's a lot. I also don't have a good way to organize so many runners, so it's going to be a little bit slower build than normal. But yeah, that being all taken care of. We'll see how far we can get today, and then we'll just keep chugging along, and eventually we will have this beautiful Liger Zero Jaeger for the Speedy Zoom Zooms. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Ugh. And, bring things a little bit closer to where we normally work. And let's get some good tunes going and get to building. Alright. Yeah, the BT kits, they are nice because they are cheap. But if you want the quality and you don't want to be frustrated with the build, go for the legit kits from Kotobukiya if you can afford them. They're really good, like, for practicing. Thanks, E. I've been working on it because my boss keeps yelling about me not remembering to do stuff. But yeah, like, the BT kits, because they're cheaper, they're really good if you're just, like, starting in model building and, like, want to, like, practice, or you want to, like, practice a paint technique. There's cheaper ways to practice all of that as well. So it's kind of a 6 in one, half dozen in the other, what you prefer. My first kits were from BT. I was really scared to go to a legit kit afterwards because I had so many issues with the BT kits and was so frustrated with them. And then I worked on a real kit and it was just like, oh my god, I don't have to do anything to, like, really get this going. It, like, required so little modification. Everything snapped together nicely, beautifully. Like, it was just, the difference in quality was super, super evident. Alright, we are looking for parts A16, 17, and number 7. So, since this is an armor changing kit, we might actually be building a good portion of the Liger Zero and then have to, like, take parts off in order to get the rest of the armor on for the Jaeger. I'm not sure if the kit is going to make me do all of that or if it's going to be nice and I can just go straight into putting on the Jaeger armor. We will see. But looks like we get to start with building the head, Liger Zero head. Oh, a master grade? I applaud you for your boldness for going into that right away. I'm a little scared to touch a master grade because I still feel like there's a lot I mess up and there's a lot of things that I need to learn. So, good on you for even trying that. I think the golems have brought me one before. I just again, I'm afraid of it. It's supposed to be super high quality, and I just don't want to mess it up. All right, let's clean up some of this. But yes, I was super happy when the Golems brought back a Zoid kit because I actually remember this show. I grew up with it, and I grew up with it on, oh crap, what was it called? I think it was Toonami still then. I don't think Toonami's a thing anymore. But I remember this series very well, and the Jaeger actually shows up pretty early in the series, if I remember correctly. I don't think it was the first one they used. I think Panzer actually got an earlier introduction to it, to the series. And then I was like super, super wanting to see the Schneider, and I think in the entire series, Schneider only shows up in like 1 or 2 episodes, and I was so disappointed because it is my favorite of all of them. It's just like, if I'm gonna have a Zoid, and I'm gonna have it do awesome things, make it full of swords and knives to just like do all of the smack bang boom. And instead they showed off the Panzer with all of its like tanky power and everything like that, and then they got the Jaeger because it's got the speed boost. I think the first introduction of the Jaeger was actually a speed battle, if I remember correctly. What was it against? I want to say it was a Lightning Sykes. which was like at the time the ultimate speed Zoid. So it was like supposed to be like, yeah, you're never gonna win this battle at all. And then the Jaeger comes out and it's just like, nah, we're gonna push this. Hi, Sleepy Boy Atlas. How are you today? All right, we need these to snap together. All right. Will they snap together nicely? Nope. There we go. One of the positives, minor positives of the BT kits is they snap together really tightly. So you better make sure everything is correct because it's really hard to get them apart. On the other hand, you don't have to worry about things moving. I'm doing pretty good, Atlas. Hopefully you've had a good Saturday. Thanks for showing up and hanging out. This goes... This lives in here. Are you sure it lives in here? Yes. Alright. Oh yeah, these kits have really nice snaps if you're just looking for that nice ASMR. They snap together really nicely. Next, we need to add teeth. Alright, so this is what I was talking about. I looked at this while I was taking it apart, and one of the feet fell off. Really unfortunate, but it's actually not the worst thing in the world just because of the way the Liger's claws are built. They're not super articulated, but see, we've got like missing parts. Or they just didn't get molded. So like, yeah, the quality is like really not great. So that's frustrating. I'm gonna have to see if these are actually, I don't think that one actually got molded. Yeah, I think there's a molding defect. So we're gonna have a, you know, some missing toesies for our Liger. That's unfortunate. But yeah, as far as like the actual claw falling off, because of the way the Liger Zero, they're non-articulated claws, so not the worst thing in the world. If it was something more like the Saber Tigers, those have all individual articulation, so that connection being screwed up would have been potentially much more disastrous. Gotta get teeth on. Oh, see? Yeah, this one's just full of defects because we're even missing a tooth here. I wonder... I'm gonna check. Check to see if I can see any of these missing parts in the box. I don't think so. I think I just got some defected molds. Again, mucho sad face that our Liger Zero is going to be missing little bits and pieces, but I guess that's just the way it's going to be today. It does make me slightly paranoid about, like, getting everything else off of these. So normally when this other tooth is here, snapping in the front teeth is really tricky because, like I said, I looked at it funny, it snapped. Alright, that makes my life slightly easier / frustrating. We will just glue it in place. Normally you have to glue it because the connection is really tight, or you have to like wait until you get the outer parts on, but I guess today the Liger has just decided that it's got dental issues and it would just rather just have things glued in place. If I can get things to actually... Which way do you go? Okay, you live there. goodness. Which way did you even snap? I can't even tell. Okay, you snapped this way. So theoretically, this has to fit in here. Liger, am I just gonna have to like glue your teeth in later? No, you've got... What is going on? That you're... do you have an extra gate defect? Is that what's going on? Is that why you aren't snapping in? Is because you... I think that's part of the issue. Yep, that's definitely part of the issue. Okay. This would snap in if, you know, quality control had actually been performed, so a little bit of snip and that should fix that, and then we'll just glue it in place. We've barely even started and the poor Jaeger's already had so many modifications. Alright, this is... Let's see. No, you're just not gonna snap in nicely. Oh man. What else is going on that's making you not want to? I feel if I look at that funny, it's gonna fall right off. Can I get some glue to sneak in there? Okay, we're gonna leave that alone for a second. Let the glue do its thing. Let's find our next part. Looking for, is this the right runner? Yeah, A6. This right here. And then, of course I also did this backwards. I put on the tooth that had all the open space before I put on the tooth that had not the open space. Smart decisions, Mads. Smart. By smart, we mean not smart. Because, yeah, things are going to... Okay. Let's see if I can just get these two... Yeah, the quality on this particular part was just really bad. It's probably really hard to tell, but they didn't... There was bad molding in between the gap of those two teeth. They didn't cut so that it actually fit nicely, so it was just... It was a doomed part to start. And I think the Liger front teeth are kind of set up to fail, unfortunately, a little bit, just because of how the parts fit there, which is really unfortunate. So we're gonna have to be super careful to try to not knock that off while we build the rest of this. I was looking, and it seems this particular kit doesn't come with any decals or stickers, which I find pretty interesting. Normally they do, but since it didn't have any, I was thinking of doing some panel lining, but I've got a bunch of black parts, so that's not really going to work either. So normally this front tooth is just really finicky to stay in until this outer edge is on, because then it applies pressure to hold on and you don't actually need glue. But you know, we lost some teeth today. It's going to be a modified everything type of build, it seems. Are you also? You're not going where you need to. There we go. Other downside to this particular brand, because the quality is so low, it requires a lot of force to snap the parts in place, which is frustrating because sometimes your fingers aren't strong enough, which means then you have to like use the table, and that can deform the parts and sometimes snap things. It's a whole ordeal. Let's get the rest of this jaw built. At least we have all of the teefies in the lower jaw. Probably only because it's a solid piece. That. Oh goodness, where did I put this one? P. Here we go. 8. Where did you go? There you are. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get the whole Liger built today. The armor's definitely going to probably be a day on its own. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get everything built up until that point, so it's ready for the armor on the next day. But we will see. We will try our darndest. Going to cause an issue? It shouldn't. We'll smooth it out just in case. Nice tight snap. Now we need G. This one. Which way? Flat side up. Yep, that makes sense. I don't think you live there though, do you? No. There we go. That makes more sense. This lives up here. There we go. Yep, just gonna have some missing teethers and some funky front teeth. It's okay, Liger. We still love you. Or I mean, at least I will. Back to this. Smoothing out. Where did I put? All right. Because I don't have space, I have to try to find where I put all of these things. I thought I put them in a nice, easy spot. Seems not. Never mind, I'm just blind. Granted, I put it in a spot that seemed really logical, but then my brain immediately forgot what the logical spot it was. Go figure. Be like, oh, this is a really small runner, I should put it like somewhere really easy to find, like right on the table, right next to me. Brain immediately forgot that it existed. Well, that's not very helpful. You're not... That's a super loose connection. You fit nicely, but then you don't stay put. Alright, this glue is apparently just going to live on the table today. I don't like gluing parts if I can avoid it, but since this is going to be part of something that moves on a hinge, it kind of needs to, you know, not actually move. There. Stay. Be happy. Put that over there. That will connect into here. Now we need to put the other side of your face on. It's going to be this guy right here. Up nicely. Gonna try to get this tooth to cooperate. There we go. Get that lined in. Alright. Yeah, normally you don't need glue because the pressure of the sides will keep those teeth on. Right, and then there's the tiny cockpit. I don't think I actually have somebody to throw in there, though. That's okay. Liger Zero doesn't need a pilot. Alright, and now we've got some more hinge stuff to do. Gonna need both of these. Eventually, if the golems can find them, I would eventually like to have all of the different Ligers in one spot. So have the original Liger Zero, have like some blade Ligers, a shield Liger, have all of the different armor changing systems on display. I think that would be really cool. Just a wall full of Ligers. What am I looking for now? 13. Alright. 13 goes on one side, 12 goes on the other. So we will do one at a time, so my brain does not get them confused. Make sure these are not chiral. Nope, they're not parts. Alright. Then these will go in here. Make sure that's in there. Where is your connection point? Oh, both of those. Okay. Come on, Liger. Why is this being done? This shouldn't be chiral, but maybe it is. Swampy around. Don't really think that should matter, but it might. Same distance to everything. Or, you know, it just needs to be constructed the opposite way they told me to. They told me to put the peg in first and then connect that, and it's like, well, if I do that, then I apparently don't have the right angles to get things in place. Go figure. Isn't the first time the instructions are a little opposite of what you need. Go. I've been trying not to get close to the runners, but for a kit like this from BT, where the quality is already kind of sad, I don't think it's going to matter too much. There are some things that it's just like, I could try this fight, I could try to win this fight. Will it really matter in the long run? Maybe, maybe not. Alright. There we go. Okay, yeah. They move well enough. Alright. What am I looking for? 16 and 17. Haha. Those are just going to be a pain. Oh, there was something I wanted to highlight. Hey, Blub, how's it going? We're building a Liger Zero today, so we're building a cat. And it's a cat meant for zoomies. It's a speedster. Zoomy cat. Oh, yeah. So, normally instructions they don't have a lot of English to it, but there is some this time. And Will I get my camera to focus well enough? Maybe? No, that's not going to work. But there's a step that says, if the useless gate remains. And I'm just tickled about the fact that it's just like kind of insulting the plastic. It's just like, this is useless. Literally useless. Get rid of it. I don't think I've encountered that before where it literally is just be like, nope, it's useless. Goodbye. So long. Try again. Get that out of the way. Oops, if I put the right sides on stuff. Yes, Liger Tiger. Okay. Now we're looking for G2. Where's 2? 2. As well as A5. The top of the head. Here we go. Those out in a second. Okay. This spot. Oh goodness, that is super rough. Other issues with this? Theoretically, no. This should go like this. Why are you unhappy? Alright. I do not have the power in my fingers for that, so the pliers it gets. There it goes. Yeah, that's not going to come off easily. Good thing I don't need to worry about that. Alright, got some nice accents. Got the traditional Liger Zero white going now. Oh, that is such a jankety tooth. I am sorry, Liger. I will try to make that prettier later. Alright. Now A4. Oh man. So it's interesting that in the instructions it tells me to put I only know the English name of the pilot, which is Bit Cloud. Um, I guess the instructions, he's Peter Claude. I don't know. But it tells me to put, the pilot figure in there, but they did not give me a pilot figure. So Liger Zero is just going to be running wild, all on their own. They don't need no pilot. Is this going to line up? Oh, see, that's off center. It's not straight up and down. It's fine. It's fine. I knew what I was getting into as soon as I saw that BT logo. Lots of sanding and modifying and tweaking to get things to play nicely. Alright, we have, well, most of Liger's head. Yeah, rawr. Alright, you can just kind of chill out there, buddy. Yeah. Alright. Now we are moving on to building the body. Looks like we're going to start building parts of the chest. Oh yeah, we got to get the Zoid core assembly done so, he actually has life and movement. Let's see what they're going to make me build first, though. I don't think it's the Zoid core. A 14 and 15. Also, I was really surprised. Normally the Zoid core is like either in its own little bag or it's like connected to a runner or something like this. This kit had the Zoid core just freely loose in the box. It was just like, that could have gotten lost so easily. Like, so many things could have stolen that if that box had been opened even in the slightest. I'm looking for, not this one, this one. So it's a good thing we have the Zoid core, Liger will actually have life and power to them. D. Someone explain to me why we go A to F, right to left, instead of the other way around. Whatever. Let's try snapping off the wrong parts. Okay. We've got this one that lives here. Oh goodness, that's super tight. I should not have to feel like I need to deform the plastic for a connection joint. Thank you. Yeah, you don't have an up and down to it. That's good. Again. Hi, Scoops. Thanks for dropping by. We are building a Liger Zero Jaeger, which is a really cool Zoid. Unfortunately, it's from BT, so not the greatest quality. We've already had a couple issues. Hopefully your day's been going pretty well. Oh, that is still not good. We're gonna speed this along. Just take the knife to it. Ooh, what have you been building? I have to do the same thing over here. Yeah. A heavy tank. Ooh. That sounds interesting. I've only ever painted one of my models before, and it was hand painting, which is fine, I don't mind it, but I was doing a very long session of trying to paint it all at once, or a good chunk of it at once, and I was using alcohol-based acrylics, and I did not realize how quickly that alcohol evaporated until I was 3 hours into the paint session and things were a lot thicker and not going on smoothly. It was not a good time. I definitely think painting is a skill, so definitely just requires practice, practice, practice. I'm sure next time you do it, it'll turn out a lot better. And I'm also never using alcohol-based acrylics to hand paint ever again. That was the worst thing ever. I can't believe somebody recommended alcohol-based acrylics to me for hand painting. It's just like, okay, oh, that's part of the issues. This build is going to go a lot slower just because I've got to do so much tweaking of parts to get things to fit nicely. Which is why it's going to definitely take at least 2 days to build, if not more. There we go. Arrgh. Do those even move nicely? Oh, thanks, Scoop, for the follow! Okay, they move. Whether or not it's nice is debatable, but they do have movement. That is always like the struggle, just like, ooh, this is something really, really cool. Why can't I find something to build it? I had actually talked about earlier how I wish I had the Schneider for the Liger Zero because it's my favorite of the armor changing systems. But like, apparently it's not as popular because the Jaeger and Panzer got more time from the show. So like, there's tons of Jaeger and Panzer kits, but finding the Schneider kit is buku expensive if you can find it. So I feel your struggle. It is much unfortunate. It's like, I want to build a thing. Why can't I find the thing that I want to build? 2 and 3. I mean, I guess actual names. I just know what the kid is called, and I actually watched this series as a kid, or when I was younger, so I I remember more of it as opposed to some of the other things that I've built. So it's just like, this is what the box says. I don't know what it's from. I know none of the history, but this one I actually do. So might be why I'm just gushing a little bit more. Oh yeah, Swedish is one of those. If you're an English primary speaker, it's a very interesting language, right? Because it's got a lot of like vowels and like accent marks, and it's just like those are definitely letters. I'm sure they make a word. I'm not sure what that word is. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I know random words from other languages. I do not claim fluency in anything other than English. um, like I know the Jaeger is a German word because the Panzer model is German and Panzer is tank in German. And I think Jaeger is probably something to do with speed, if I had to guess, because it's the speed model. And then Schneider would probably have to do with cutting because it's. Oh, Jaeger means hunter. Good to know. Hunter, speed. Okay, yeah, I guess I can see that. Schneider would probably have to do something with cutting. Yeah, I feel you, Scoops. There's a tank called Panzer Jaeger? Okay, that's interesting. A hunter tank. I don't think you could combine too many parts for the Panzer and Jaeger Liger, but I'm sure that's a very interesting looking tank. Is it speedy as well as full of like all of the ouch and weapons? Looking for a. What are we looking for? Stuff down here? 10 and 11. Yeah, stuff down here. So, Scoops, I'm guessing you mostly build like tanks and like war equipment, so like tanks and planes and stuff like that. That's really cool. I admittedly know very little about that, so I can't really hold much of a conversation with you, but I definitely do appreciate it when other people get to gush about their hobbies. So if you feel like educating me on some stuff, I will gladly listen because that sounds really cool. Ooh, yeah. I've built some Gundams. I've mostly built the SD ones, the little chibi guys, because they're cute and adorable and like proportionally they're just like they're a lot of fun. Uh, what are you thinking about building? This goes on here like this. Yes. Not a speedy tank. And then this will get a cap to it. A gun tank. Ooh. While I have built some Gundams, it is, again, not my primary focus. I know more about the Zoids than I do about Gundams, and I branched out into Gundams because, well, they showed up on my workbench, and sometimes it's just a nice change of pace. Instead of building mechanical animal robots, I get to build people-shaped robots, which is fun. 11. Over here. So you said you were you were spray painting. So do you have an airbrush or something then. Put a cap on your... No. Oh, you definitely live here. Just play nice. Just a can of spray paint. Hey, everybody's got to start somewhere. My only experiences with the spray cans is for primer, and I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh my god, like, no matter what I do, I just feel it's like super wasteful. Like, I'm wasting so much primer trying to paint all these parts. It was a struggle. I definitely feel you. It takes a lot of, like, unfortunate trial and error to figure out how to use a spray can effectively for painting kits. I think I enjoy hand painting. Oh, I had them all in the runner? Oh, yeah, that's got to be tricky too, because then, like, depending on, like, the parts and everything like that, oh, man. I see that being, at points, easier and also harder than painting all of the parts individually after they've been cut off the runners. We're almost done with this one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just I get you. I see. Yeah, doing the base color with a spray can. That makes total sense. And then you can do all the details by hand. I would like to try airbrushing at some point, but airbrushes are expensive. I have enjoyed hand painting details, so I think I would only actually, at this point in time, use an airbrush to get my primer down, since spray can primer and me don't get along apparently. But again, airbrushes are expensive. I do not have the capability to accommodate such a thing right now. Like, my workshop isn't very well ventilated, and airbrushes require some ventilation, so I guess I'll just save that on a one-day list. One day I might have an airbrush. One day. With the... Oh, are you supposed to sit nice and flat in there? No, I think that gap is intentional. Okay. This way? This way. I have not yet seen anything come across my bench for Warhammer. But I do have a friend that said they are looking to expand. Are they called armies? I think. And asked if they could try to get, if they do, get their stuff to me and have me build and paint them, because they like. Is it a game? It's a game, right? They like playing the game. They just really don't like doing the buildy part. And the buildy part's my jam. So it is an eventual thing I might do. I just haven't done it yet. This one? I think I'm a equal opportunity builder. If it comes across my workbench and it looks fun to build, I'm probably going to build it, even if I know nothing about it. Probably, especially if I know nothing about it. Just like, I don't know anything about this. It looks cool. We're building it. Obviously, it's also more fun when I do know stuff about it. Like, building a Zoid. I know stuff about Zoids. Like I know kind of what this Liger's all about and like what it's done and what it's capable of. So that's like super exciting. It's just like I recognize this. But I also just really enjoy building. Relatively light on assembly, ample space for painting. Oh, good to know. So is it like a lot of like detail work then for painting? I feel like the downside of like getting involved in a building or painting hobby for like miniatures or anything like that is like there's always something else to like expand into, and then your wallet just cries. Jam packed with detail. All right, let's go. That sounds fun. That could give me a chance to actually get some more painting skills. Because if it's not one thing, it's just like there's always another kit. There's always something new to build. Like, even for some of the things I've done before, it's just like, ooh, I wish I had another one of these so that I could do like this particular paint scheme, or I want to do this type of detailing, or XYZ. It's just like, oh, sad face. Makes me slightly glad that I just have to deal with whatever my golems bring me, as opposed to actually having access to some place just like, haha, here's where all of the things are. Oh, am I gonna be able to get that? That's really awkward to try to sand out. Okay. This is the... Did I grab the wrong parts? I might have grabbed the wrong parts. Let's see. I did. Why did I grab this one? I don't even need it yet. This is... Okay. Good job, me. They give me instructions. It helps if I read them. If I don't read them, I build things wrong. Thanks for the follow, Float Whimsical. Alright. Let's try this again. With the proper parts. How are you doing today, Float? Okay, now I have all the right parts. Let's try this again. You. Live in here? Oh, you just sit here? Do you just sit there? That's gonna make me sad. We're gonna put you here first. My fat fingers. Not enough space. I'm doing pretty good. We are building a Liger Zero Jaeger. It is a Zoid meant for speed. It is a cat meant for zoomies. It's going to be great when it's done. We are unfortunately dealing with a lesser quality kit, so there's a lot of modifying going on. Play nice. I'm gonna try to have to take you apart, and I am, aren't I? Alright. Because you're not gonna snap together unless I open those up a little bit. That's okay. I appreciate you stopping by and checking out, checking things out. This is just something I enjoy doing, so I appreciate anybody that likes to come and see what's up. All right, you go together nicely now? Yeah, there we go. Sorta. I lied. Wait, no, there's something else. There's something else going on that's keeping you from lying flat. What is it? Thanks for stopping by. Hope to catch you next time, Float. Alright, let's see. Why are you still not... Sand that down a little bit. Not exactly sure why this isn't wanting to sit flush. Oh. There's a little bit of deformation going on from this. Okay. BT kits. You're so cheap. Unfortunately, you just really missed the mark on quality. Goodness gracious. There's the other part that's... Alright, let's see if we can't open these up a little bit more, sand that flat. Hopefully that'll give it enough wiggle room to actually play nice. Because this part, I think this is for the undercannons. It's going to be helpful if it can actually lie sort of flat. Do I need to worry about it? No. Those out a little bit. Alright. If this doesn't do it, well, we're just gonna have to move on, because I could probably spend forever trying to get these to play nice, and they probably still won't. Yep, they're still not playing nice. There's something going on causing the slightest of gaps. Where is it? Oh my goodness. I think it's this. I think it's this part. It has a mold defect, making it be a little longer than it needs to be. Yeah, I think that's it. Sandy dust everywhere. Yep, that was it. Mold defects everywhere. It's fine. Like I said, knew what I was getting into. BT kits are not the best. Alright, let's finish building this cannon. 4 and 5. Let's actually grab the right numbers this time. Four, 5, and then what else do we need? I'm guessing these two? Yeah. It is not full when the parts run away from the workbench. There we go. Alright. Oh man. Just all the mold deficiencies. I'm sure a Liger Zero does not take multiple days to build normally. Well, okay, it might take multiple days to build normally. I'm sure it does not take as long as it does to build the BT kit version of it, because it's just better quality. What's that saying? You get what you pay for, or something like that. It's like, yep, I wanted it cheap. And now I gotta deal with all this because I wanted it cheap. Alright. And because I know it's gonna come into effect, if I don't make sure some of these connections are actually square, things aren't going to sit nicely. Because it's happened before. I mean, it's already happened once today. I think it's going to matter as much on this because this is just sitting into the back, but since I'm at it, although sanding round surfaces is always tricky. Alright, let's see, then these snap together. Will you play nice? Maybe. Come on. No. Alright. The round file is going to be our favorite tool today because I've got to modify all of the connection. It's fine. There we go. Okay. That level difference, I hope, is intentional. You connect into here. Okay, yes, that level difference should be intentional. Yes. Alright, good. Huzzah. Alright. Yeah, that should fit on here. So this should be the blaster cannon that goes underneath her chest. Next, what are we building next? Ooh, slidey bits. Alright. 10 and 7. Some connector bits. This one? No. This one? Yes. Oh, which is all like, help, also pay attention. There's a particular orientation I need to go into. Alright. It has to go in with the flat side facing up. I can just tell that that's got a wobble to it. All right, what needs modifying for this? Because this is not going to lay flat, and this is a part that runs up against another part for movement. It needs to lay flat. I think these just need a small sand down. They're a little round. Have to open this up because I can't really get in to file down those ones there. They're a little short. Don't want to accidentally shorten them up even more. Alright. That is better. Not the best, but better. I can still tell this is a little too tall, but we will move on because we got to build the other side of that. Should be 9 and 6, yes. With another, this one. Level out some of these real quick. Okay. Tell me the same thing, that the flat connection needs to go up in accordance to this. fingers. I really don't like doing this because it's really easy to deform the plastic, but sometimes my finger strength is just not enough. Alright. And then if these are built correctly, they will eventually slide. Yeah. There we go. Okay, now I need I7. Oh, hey, haha. The thing I accidentally grabbed earlier. Alright, make sure I don't get these mixed up. This is 9, 9 goes on the bottom, 8 goes on the top. They slide in like this. And then they live in this one, probably like this. No. Do I have you backwards? I think I got you the wrong way. Yeah. Some space. There we go. Like, this should not be hard. It's because they were too close together. Alright. Those will sit nicely. Now we need to cap that off with B6. B6. Yeah, 6. That's the part I need. Oops. No. Stop. Workbench. Yeah, that does not belong. No, that did not get very flat. That is why I have a file. This. Oh, come on. No, alright. Oh yeah, geez. That is a very tight connection. Let's try to ease those up just a little bit. Wasn't terribly flat. Okay. All of that should help. Can I get it squished together on my own? Maybe. Nope. Okay. So we're done with those. These can just hang out in the corner until I need them for the bigger build. Next part. C. 2, 11, 21. 2, 11. 21. Then we also need this chunky thing. Chunk and G. This guy. Yes. Not worried about that. So, my fellow builders, if you all are still around, what has been one of your favorite things you've built so far? Think of the things I've built so far. What would have been my favorite? It's a tough decision. I really like building the SD kits, just because they're small and chibi, but I don't think that's my favorite kit I've built so far. I think the favorite thing I've built so far would probably have to be I built a Liger Zero Mirage at one point. And that probably turned out the best of all the builds I've done. So I think just from a quality standpoint, I was really happy that I was able to make something look the way I thought it was going to turn out. And I didn't make as many mistakes, so that really is probably my favorite kit so far. That is... Nope, that's not fully snapped. There it is. Okay. This. Apparently... Oh no, it's just telling me the way it looks when it's built. Ooh, that's gonna be really tight. Let's... Yes, it fits. Okay, cool. Just sand a little bit of the inner edges so it's not as tight and it moves a little bit smoother. Do that on both sides. That's much better. Yep. If I hadn't done that, that would have been a nightmare to move. It's still pretty tight, but it does have motion. And that is the important thing. B8. bits. Goodness. So many parts. C1. That one just ran right away. Running away. Very rude. That isn't helpful. There we go. All right. Time to get the other side. B10. Right. Then this connects with this. Wait. Yep. There we go. Alright, well, I guess we're done with that. For now. We'll need it soon, it seems. 13. This is 13. Seven. Yep, last one on this. Oh, those are rounded. I'm gonna have to. Oh, all of these are rounded. I'm gonna have to try to level all of those out. It's gonna be a pain. Okay, let's try to get these a little bit more level. Because I had a feeling they would not sit right with those little round pointy notches on them. We are looking to put this has an orientation, flat side down. Why for you not fit? There we go. It's really easy to deform that type of connecting plastic. Try not to be too hard on it. No, that's not right. There we go. I'm like, why does it not fit? Because I'm an idiot. Try and put things on backwards. actually trying to put things on backwards, or was I trying to put things on correctly? Just completely misreading the instructions. I can sit over there. Oops. $12 and $5? Oh, okay, it's right there. I forgot I needed another part. Here it was, thinking I could just build it, and, no, missing a part. Got ahead of myself. E5? Where are you, 5? Here you are. Now we can build this. Oh. Not wanting to lie flat. There we go. Then That's better. Alright. Now we get to combine lots of things. Alright, this has to fit in here. Go. Then this goes top of all that. Yep. Because this is probably the pivot point between the waist and the butt, if I had to guess. 80? Might be the shoulder movement too. Might be the shoulder movement. We're almost done having that built though. Let's see, what we need next is PBF, lots of things. Let's start with F. Oh, goodness. Small fiddly bits is what we're dealing with. Small fiddly bits. Okay. Stay. Number 18. This one. Then we need B2. This one. And 5, this one. Okay. Definitely not the smallest fiddly bits I've dealt with. It's because Zoids are a lot bigger. But they are still small and fiddly compared to the kit as a whole. Because this is a rotating joint, I want this to be flat so I can get it. only thing I don't like about that file is the fact that it's wide, which can make trying to get into some of the more awkward spots to smooth out difficult, to say the least. I do, however, love the fact that I can just use one file and not have to really try to remember what grade of sandpaper I was working with, because it's just a nano glass file. So it just kind of does all the work for me, which is really, really nice. I do appreciate that aspect of it. I don't know, did I move these too close together? I might have moved these too close together. Get a little bit of that space back if we can, just to make this. Also helps if they are relatively the same direction. That's probably what the actual issue is. So they're not lined up perfectly. There. That should be better. Should does not always equal it is. I know you fit here. This is your home. This is where you're supposed to live. There it goes. There we go. Alright, cool. Now we can put this on. And now time to make the other side. So I'm just gonna let that live there. Rinse, repeat. Looking for 21. This one. Oh, I believe that's the. These are the. I think these are the connections for the front legs. If I remember correctly, based off of other Zoids I've built. No. Pretty sure that's where the front legs will attach, so yeah, that's the chest, the shoulder joint. So that it's got the wiggle room for the chest to do some rotation. This in. Don't run away. I can't build you if you are not on the workbench. This song has got a nice beat to it. Very easy to get into the workflow. that one corner is not cooperating. There it goes. Alright. Now we can put these on. Let's see. Should connect here. Yeah. So there's a connection. Here. This part. I think it's another mold defect. It's got a... Yep, it's got a lot of roundness to it. I think it's going to be faster to just open this up a little bit. Should have a flat file. Potentially going to be faster to open this up a little bit. I think the amount of sanding it's going to require is... Yep, okay, it's actually going to be easier to cut this. Alright. Ow. Do not follow my example. I am not being very safe with this knife. Alright, let's see if we can just... Ugh, no, it's too wide to... Why am I doing this? Playing around with knives, I've got a frickin' file. And this file actually works very nicely. Isn't going to be great, but it will be slightly better. I hope. Let's see if that helps any. Getting everything to line up on something that moves is always a tricky pain in the butt. Alright, yeah. It's going to be faster to try to just... slice this open some more. Alright, try 17 or something. Alright, that definitely is fitting better. Now, what is the other thing that is causing... Oh, you? Are you just a pressure thing? Are you... Snip it a bit off there. Alright. Come on. There, that's much better. Oh god, you are still super tight. What is not sitting correctly? You are still not sitting correctly. I did say so at the start, folks, that this was going to be a slow build because the quality on this from this particular company is really kind of crap. And it is proving to be true in so many ways. I feel like we've barely gotten anything built, and I've had to modify so many things or make so many adjustments. This was my first foray into golem making and model kits, was this particular company, BT. I thought all kits were like this, and then I actually made some good quality kits, and I was shocked by how much nicer they all just cooperated. Like, that's right, this has also got wobble to it. These parts are moving independently until I get this on. Like, be thankful for the effort that gets put into oh no, it's this part too. For the effort that gets put into the quality of the Bandai and the Kotobukiya kits, because those companies, like, they really care about making things good and nice and enjoyable, and quality comes at a price. It's going to be more expensive, but it is overall worth it, because then you don't have to spend like half your time trying to figure out what part is out of whack, what section needs to be trimmed, what needs to be opened up, what needs to be modified. You don't gotta do any of that shit. You don't gotta do any of that stuff, because you can just build, because they've already made sure that the molds are up to snuff and everything's gonna play nice, and you can just enjoy your hobby time. Enjoy creating and crafting something instead of fighting with it every 5 seconds. Okay, yep, that part is... that's the sticking point guy right now. Alright. Okay. There we go. That took forever, but it is mostly on. It is on. We're gonna call it on. It is on for our purposes. Okay, now I just gotta, do all the same modifications on this side. Let's see. I had to open this up a little bit. This is an easier one because it's nice and short. Have to open up this top guy a lot. That should help that. See if we can't. I think we ended up snipping a smidge off this little guy. This connector down here. That connection go in place better. Okay, that should help. And these guys up here need some trimming if I can manage it. Alright, let's see if this one goes on. Nicer than the other side, since I knew all of the dumb things that needed to be done first. I'm gonna snap down here first. Also helps that I've got the other, that they're locked in place now. That top and bottom aren't moving independently anymore. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. Went on much smoother. Since I knew all the things that need to be adjusted. Okay. That's most of the chest. We are missing the Zoid core for it. That's at least the bulk shape of it. Alright. Let's see. What else do we got here? This. So that's the neck connection joint. This goes here. Alright. Yep. Cool. Then the head will attach here, but we're not going to do that just yet. But yeah, we're getting there. Liger Zero is a little naked because he doesn't have any of his armor on, but that's okay. We don't judge. We're building it still. So, no judgment. And I mean, your cannon, I know it goes down here. Like, I know that for a fact, but it's not telling me to put that on yet. I think it's probably because there's a couple other detailed things to do first. What are we building now? Are we building your butt now? I think we're building your butt now. Okay. Let's put away this knife, not have blades just willy-nilly about, so I can accidentally stab myself. That's not good. Alright, lots of parts. So, B1 and 3. So, these folks here. Okay. C. Oh, a lot of parts from C. Okay, let's start with 8 and 9. These two get to be buddies. Those ones are buddies. Those will go in the center, and then we need 3 and 10. Three. 10. Are we done with this now? BB, all of the C's. G. 3, this guy. Alright, let's get these two together. Nope. Alright. That's what I thought. do go together this way. Just want us to make sure. Okay. I was hoping those parts would line up a little bit more and I could just sand them down at the same time, but apparently there is a little bit of an edge when they're together, so I should have sanded them separately. That's okay. It's not my ideal, but it is not the end of the world. Which is something I had a really hard time with when I first started building. Had that whole perfectionism mindset. Was thinking if I couldn't do it exactly the way it needed to be done, I was a failure, and that it was just, I would get super frustrated if I ever messed anything up, and it took quite some time to just telling myself it's okay to mess up. It's okay. You are just starting out. You are not going to know how to do everything perfectly for something you have never done before. That's insane to think you can do that. It's something I still struggle with every now and again, because I'll try something new and be like, okay, this, my brain will understand what needs to get done. It's like, okay, we know what needs to get done, and then when I can't coordinate myself because it's just something I've never done before, I'll get frustrated. It'd be my brain will start telling myself, it's well, you are really dumb. I know how to do this. Why aren't you working with me, body? It's because meat suits have to deal with physics, and you're not going to be an expert on everything, especially if you've never done it before. I applaud the people that have learned that lesson earlier in life. They got it figured out a little bit earlier than some of us, and I'm really glad that they figured it out. And I hope that the people that are still struggling take it easy on themselves. Be just remember, if you've never done it before, you're not going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. You're still learning. It's a process. So long as you're still having fun, then that's all that really matters. But as soon as you stop having fun because the perfectionism or whatever other gremlins are going on in your brain are just putting in too many of the negative thoughts, you can try to fight them, try to tell them, nope, you're wrong, I'm going to do it anyways, or sometimes it's just better to take a step back, take a break, and come back when your brain is less gremlinified. This is still really rough. There we go. Gotten to this one yet. Right. Oh, no, I did. It's just really rough in some spots still. Thinking this might end up being a 3-day build. Gonna try to get the chest and the body, the chest and waist done. Might do the leggies another day, and then the armor on the last day. But that will all depend on how quickly some other stuff starts going. Alright, I got that built. This one. Alright, that fits there nicely. Why does that fit nicely? Because it doesn't have any tolerances or anything. Okay, this fits there. Okay, and we will sandwich. Nothing else goes in the middle here. Nope, just these two. That's a lot of empty space. Ugh. No. We were doing so well on this fitting together nicely. What is misaligning? Something in the center there. This guy. That guy right there. So this one right here. I'm actually just gonna give each of these a quick little twisty too, just to help it along. It's really having to put more pressure there than I wanted to. That's the other thing with this BT brand for kits. The quality is lower, and sometimes you don't need to modify or like open up the connection holes, but if you don't, you feel like you have to like apply so much pressure, and that kind of makes me feel like I'm going to break something, because I'm just like, it's like all of this pressure, all of this force, and it's still not together. Are you sure I haven't broken it? And then you keep trying, and sometimes you apply the right amount of force, and snap, something that's not supposed to break ends up breaking. Sometimes it's just worth the extra little bit of effort to open things up. This is supposed to go here. Oh, I don't think. Oh, no. Wrong side. There we go. Okay, there's that side. Okay. Those. Now we have detaily bits. Clean that up a little bit. Looking for C. This one? Yeah. Move that up there for a second. C12, these two. C15, where are you? 15. And then we were looking for I2, this one. And all right, E16. Yep, this is the connection joint for all the leggies. And this has got a detail part, K5. What is... Just take that off as much as possible. Clean that up in a second. Okay, yep, this not supposed to be there. Okay, and then this. Trying not to shave too much on the gold accent parts because it's not actually plastic that's colored gold, it's coated. So if you shave too much, it's really easy to shave off the coating and have the plastic show underneath. And unless you are painting or have like an accent pen or something like that, it can look kind of ugly depending on where it ends up. And since this is just being attached, I don't know how much of it's going to get covered up, so I want to make sure I'm not actually sanding the ends down too much on it. Because while this is not the highest quality kit, I feel better when I can put in quality work to my golems. They deserve to look as good as I can make them, even if the kit itself is not the greatest. So I'm trying to at least not just meh the entire process. Which, I mean, I could do. I could probably build this a lot faster. I was just like, meh, good enough. But I enjoy making sure that things are as good as I can get them, to within a certain respect. I accept that this is not going to be the best looking kit because it is not an official. It is from a different company. It's not from the official company, so I'm giving myself some leeway, but I'm still trying to make it look as good as I can get it. Oops. More mold deformities. That one would really affect how well it sits. Because it wasn't flat, and it's still kind of not flat. But it is better now. So let's see if that helps. There we go. Did it help? Possibly. Did it make me feel better doing it? Yes. This accent lives right here. Okay. And there's another one that goes on the other side. This one right here, which is just trying to escape the runner already. Followed by K4. Alright. We are building a butt. Next. Yeah, we're almost done with it too. Well, as far as before we can make it connect to the rest of the chest. P. 1, 2, and 12. Okay, this, let's see, this. And it just decided to fall apart while it escaped. Alright, that tells me that something in here was not sitting right. What was the likely culprit? I think it was still the center joint right here. That still seemed the most troublesome. So we're just gonna give all of these a nice little twisty twist again. Try to get some more space in them so they sit nicer. And hopefully that will fix that. Alright. Okay. Yeah, that's much better. Something in there just wanted a little bit more space. That's okay. Oh yeah, that's much better. It's not as angry. Okay, then this probably caps this off. Really? This way? Oh yeah, 'cause that's the butt, so that's probably for the tail. Yeah, now we can connect it. Alright. So, it's much more obvious now that we are getting the body of the Liger down. We're not going to connect the head just yet because head is pretty delicate and we've still got a lot of fiddling to do, but we've got connection points for the leggies. We've got some nice neck movement. The waist has got a little bit of movement up and down. And then we've obviously got wiggles to the side. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Because Ligers are cats, so they've got a lot of mobility. And especially for this one, it's the Jaeger. It's all about speed, so having the ability to do really tight corners, it's going to be really helpful later. So let's finish. I think we've got to finish off some stuff here. I really just want to put your cannon on. I mean, you know what? We'll do it anyways. And make sure you are lined up nicely for me. Oh no, you're not supposed to come apart. Oh man, there's defects in the middle of this too. Usually the connectory points are, since they're a softer plastic, I don't need to modify them or anything like that, but I guess we are just getting all of the defects today. That doesn't seem to be the only issue. Is this going to need to be glued so it stays together? So that I can actually get this on properly? Alright, well, I'm going to have to investigate that later. Not exactly sure why it is not working nicely. It should be really easy to snap that on, but not only is it coming apart, it's like it doesn't want to actually connect in here. I'm not exactly sure what is causing the connection issue. Maybe it told me to put this in one way. I'm wondering what would happen if I put it in the other way. Come on. I know I said I would investigate this later, but now my brain wants to figure it out. Sorry, folks. The focus has shifted from finishing the body to troubleshooting. Must understand. Must resolve issue. No, that's how it was put in. Alright, that's definitely not what's causing the issue here. Yeah, I think the only way to fix this is really going to be to probably just glue it so that it stays where it needs to. Because I can't think of any other solutions as to why these would not cooperate. Since we're playing around. It should sit flat there. Or at least I think it should sit flat there. I could be wrong. I could be trying to force it to do a thing it's not supposed to do, so I suppose... Oh, come on, brain. We're going to put this back together. Then we're going to leave it alone until we are actually told to build it. Can we agree to do this? Maybe. If it is still an issue when we go to actually put it on, once everything else is built, then we will glue it in place, and that should keep it from falling apart. Because it really should not have that much issue. All right, moving on. Out of sight, out of mind. Moving on. I'm gonna try to move on. Okay. Let's finish up getting this done. Yes. 3, 9. I9. Oh, I will need I3 as well, so we're just gonna snip this right now. Need that for the next step. And we are also looking for B9. B9. Ah. looking at this part, I'm pretty sure this is the tail gun. He, just based off of what I know of the Ligers and its equipment, it's got that undercannon. Doesn't really have a lot of other gun weaponry except on the tail, and I'm pretty sure that's the tail gun. If I remember correctly. Yeah, it's got the strike laser claw. I don't think since the Jaeger is meant for speed, I don't think it has any other additional weaponry like the Panzer, which has the cannons and the missiles and just like all of the artillery. And the Schneider has the Buster Slash because it's got all of the additional cutting access. So it's got the cutting blades out to the side instead of the stabilizing fins that the Jaeger has for the speed. And then it has, it's got the Buster Slash move. I don't think the Jaeger actually has another offensive move. I think it's just meant for speed. I don't think it has any offensive capabilities other than the Strike Laser Claw, which is the Liger's basic move, and the double cannon. I'm sure once we get to actually building the armor, I will probably remember more, and I am probably incorrect in what my brain is remembering right now. Don't need this one yet. It's these ones. Turn you upside down onto your back. Oh, you fit in here. That secures you so that your butt doesn't fall off as easily. Got that nice and sandwiched. And then this snaps in. There you go. No butt falls off. Right, and these are snapped in because I think the mobility of the back legs is actually constructed on the legs, and the mobility on the shoulders, that'll have some movement because it's on that hinge. Yeah, it's on a hinge, so these ones should move, these ones shouldn't. Alright, then back here, since this is all set, we'll just bloop bloop. Cover your butt, it's fine. And C2, 22. Gotta finish covering your butt up. Let's see. There we go. Got your butt on, got your butt connected to your waist, which is connected to your chest. All the things have wiggle movement. Let's finish off detail here. We should be pretty close to being done with the body then. If it lets me, I don't think it usually lets you let's see. What's the normal flow? I think usually they do legs after the body, and then the tail gets assembled after that. 11 and 9, these two. Let's see. Given all the modifications and the legs having more wiggle and moving parts compared to the body. Oh wait, you still need your core. I might end up skipping around and make sure that the core gets assembled so I don't forget it, because it was a loose part. And I need to make sure I put stuff away so that my boss doesn't accidentally, take any of my parts in between sessions. It's one of the interesting aspects of having a cat for a boss is they do cat things sometimes. That includes stealing your stuff. So yeah, I might jump ahead and figure out where the Zoid core gets built so that I can make sure that part does not get lost or stolen. And that way Liger can actually have, life to them. This hinge this way? No. Or maybe. I was right. I was right the first time. I doubt it myself. There we go. All right. Well, that is the body of our Liger Zero Jaeger. It's very naked. It does not have any armor on it yet. But, oh yes, and then we can get more rotation when you pull that out. All right, cool. Yeah, like I said, Zoids are huge compared to some of the other kits we've built. This is like kind of the size of like some of the other kits I've built already. This is the completed size of it, and I still have legs and armor to throw on this thing. It's gonna be huge. It's definitely a multi-day thing. Let's see. All right. What is the next instruction? The next instruction is legs. We are not doing legs today. Where is the core? The core, in my opinion, is more important. Here it is. Here's the tail and the core instructions. We'll let the tail alone for today. Just because I know the Liger tails, with the movement, they can be a little finicky. They don't do well until final assembly, and sometimes even then it's a little meh about how well they're going to actually hold together and keep the shape you decide on. So instead we will just build the Zoid core, toss that in, and probably put, looks like I can throw on Liger's head right now. After that, we might do that. It shouldn't be too hard to disconnect the head afterwards. All right, I'm looking for so many parts. These ones, 8 and 10. Yes, 8 and 10. And we're also looking for little fiddly guys. 4 and 7. don't know why. Okay, I guess I can see why they have the Zoid core being built last, because it's for final assembly. It's when you've already got or putting the legs on and everything like that. Yeah, and that cannon should just, there's nothing else in the way of that. Okay, I'm gonna have to glue that cannon in place or something, because it should not be that difficult, and it's being difficult. So probably glue all of that together. Might need to still adjust that intersection. What else am I looking for? 26. As I distract myself, it's fine. 26. Okay, we done with that. Yeah, I think we'll get this built real quick. We'll glue that cannon together. I really don't like using glue if I can avoid it, but that literally will not go together without falling apart if I don't glue it. Just because of the pressure and force I need to use. So we'll glue the cannon together, and then we'll connect the bits we've got. Then we will build leggies next time, and depending on how long it takes to build all of the leggies, we'll determine if we build the armor the same day or not. I think that'll be the plan for today, just to finish this up, because I know myself. If I start building the legs right now, I will not stop until all of the legs are built. And if I remember correctly, it takes probably just as long to build all of the legs as it has taken me to build the body, not including including some of the stupid modification that needs to get done for parts to fit together. And my boss will yell at me if I do not actually take a break. And if I start on those legs like right now, I will not take a break until they are all done. And part of this is learning to manage the hyperfocus and the ADHD, and I know that's a thing that I would do, so we are going to just nip it in the bud and not let it be an option. It will not be a thing we do today. There might be a time where I decide, like, yeah, no, let's do like a 6 or 8 hour stream, build something massive in one go. Today's not going to be that day. Today will not be the day for a long stream like that. Alright. Not gonna worry about that right now because these two need to get put together. There's probably going to be those fit together nicely enough. Detail on the outside. Detail on the outside. Right. The Zoid core, super important. Where is the connections? it is. Alright, that's connected. No, that doesn't go this way. Does it? Oh. I put these on the wrong sides. There we go. Because then these slide in like that, and that secures that in place there. Alright. Now, oh no. Oh man. What are these? I need to get this itty bitty tiny piece and throw it in here. This is one of the trickiest spots for me, just because it's got a specific orientation it needs to go in, and not only that, it's a tiny part. It's so small. It's super easy to get lost. It's got a very specific orientation it needs to go in. As we've mentioned multiple times today, this is not a very high quality kit, so like adjustment and fit is an issue, but because it's so small, trying to like actually adjust it is difficult to make sure it actually is going to fit. Might just have to do this. Okay, so this has got this is also another part I believe I usually glue in, because for this part, this kit, it doesn't have any connection points. It's just a solid piece because of how small it is. So we're gonna just throw a little bit of glue where it needs to go. Just because I'd rather have it there. Nope. It's such a difficult piece to get in. Alright, there we go. Oops. It's actually a tight enough connection that I probably didn't need the glue, but I feel better that it was in there. It does kind of dull up the translucency, but I feel much better knowing that that is not ever going to come out. So okay. Now that I have the most annoying part done with, let's finish up the little bits I need to do. Looking for 19 20. These ones. $19, $20, and $13 this time. Alright. And let's see. Gotta make sure I get these on correctly. Because these. Connect back here. Okay, and then this connects on the other underside. Oh, except we've got mold defects. Okay, and then the Zoid core just slides right in here. Alright, there we go. I feel much better with that in there. Alright, let's deal with this dumb thing. Alright, first... don't want to open that too much because it really should just be able to sit on here nicely. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Now I need this to... Oops, dropping my tools. This to come out. Okay. That was issue number 1. It is seated as far down as it'll go. So I'm not gonna super worry about that either. I think we're just gonna add a little bit of glue into the peg holes. This connection here so that they stay together. All right. A little fusion power of that. Not super concerned if the barrel comes off. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with these being able to come off. It was mostly just I need to have solid ability to apply this pressure to put the cannon on. Also, this likes to turn on me. Which, it's supposed to have movement, it's supposed to have that wibble wobble to it. It's just, when you're trying to... There we go. No. That had too much pressure. Dang. Okay. So I think what's going to have to happen is this is going to have to be an overnight glue. I think I'm getting a little too overzealous about it. I wonder if I think I'm just being a little too impatient. So I'm going to have to let the glue actually do its job and cure overnight. And then it'll probably go on just fine. So we will leave it just like that. Not going to add the backs on because there is a little bit of glue in it. Well, I guess it's not going to hurt. I keep contradicting myself, but alright. We will let that sit overnight. I'm not going to touch it no more. Out of sight, out of mind. But we will put the head, attach the head to the body. Yeah. All right. We have the head and body of the Liger Zero frame. Everything moves pretty nicely. It's got the nice articulation that it needs to do twisty turns. And we've got a couple spots that might require some looking at later, because again, this is not the best quality of kits. A lot of modification had to go on in order to get these size of the chest to actually fit together, and it looks like there's still a little bit of a gap, so they might require a little bit more attention, but oh yeah, that's right, super back bends. I think that is where we will call it today. Liger Zero is shaping up. I think next time we will make the leggies, and then we will have a naked Liger Zero, and then depending on how long it takes to make the legs, we will add the armor. Yeah, this still slides, because this is where the boosters, the ion boosters for speed, will attach later. Sometimes it's shields, or it's blades or other boosters, but since we're building the Jaeger, it's going to be the ion boosters for speed. Oh, and Liger's already trying to do rolls. But yeah, this is a huge kit. It's going to be a lot of fun once it's finally complete. It's going to be definitely the biggest build I've done for y'all so far. Hopefully you are having a good time watching it getting built. So, that's what we'll call it for tonight. I hope everybody had a good day, and I will see some of you again. Alright. Good night, folks.